Oh, all right. We are getting started about 25 minutes late. Thank you for that, Windows updates. I'm really thrilled that you chose this moment to change things on my machine. But now that we have got those under control, we are here, and it is July 1st, so we are going to play some Sid Meier's Gettysburg. And this is an old favorite of mine, and I do mean old. This one's from 97. So it's a really nice precursor if you have ever played Ultimate General Gettysburg or Ultimate General Civil War. That draws a lot of sort of spiritual inspiration from this, but I actually think Sid Meier's Gettysburg does it better. Despite the older interface and the fact that it isn't necessarily super optimized for modern machines, it does its job. So, all right. So let us get in here. Where's that soundtrack? Oh, there it is. Lovely. All right. So we are going to begin with the meeting engagement on the first day. Sorry, I was in such a rush trying to get the Windows settings fixed that I didn't even get my tea situated here. I'm totally off kilter. We should be 25 minutes in at this point, but, you know, what are you going to do? Oh, goodness. All right, so we're going to pick up right from the beginning. Of course, I'm wearing my Union Blues, so we are playing as the United States. Select my opponent. Now, I should point out, I did this recently, a little play testing, only to remind myself that there's a lot that goes on in this game, and I'm not necessarily the greatest at it. So let's see how we do against Longstreet. All right, options. I like historical, difficulty, James Longstreet. I want the enemy to be prudent but direct. That would be James Longstreet as well. All right, Longstreet and Longstreet. I got my history options set up. So here we go. We're going to begin. Gettysburg starts because of a meeting engagement outside of a community of about 2,400 people in Pennsylvania in July 1863, commemorating that today. And it becomes one of the largest and most significant battles of the war, but neither side necessarily knew that it would be such when it began. It begins quite innocently enough, and it grows as it goes. So, all right, let us begin.
Good morning, John.
Oh, I love
General,
a good briefing
I'm
with
sure
maps.
Glad to see you. We've been skirmishing all morning.
What's the situation?
The Rebs are here in force, sir. Gamble's brigade was pushed from Hare Ridge to McPherson's Ridge. They can't hold out much longer. We'll lose the high ground. Where's that infantry?
We'll lose the high ground.
Coming up the Emmetsburg Road. That's the 1st Division, the Black Hat Boys.
The Black Hat Boys.
The Rebs are forming for another assault. That's Harry Heath, isn't it? He'll think he's up against two very tired cavalry brigades. Instead, he'll be hitting fresh infantry. Poor Harry. Good job, John.
Thanks, General.
Oh my god. All right, so the acting is a little over the top, but it's okay.
You must hold this location at the end of the battle.
All right, McPherson's Hill.
This is your best brigade.
Cutler's Brigade.
There'll be some more infantry coming up.
Hurrah! Hurrah! Fresh men are arriving. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So here we go. Here we go. Let's get situated. I learned the hard way not to try and scroll at the edge of the thing. Oh, hi, Sheldon. You've chosen this moment now to come and say hi. Well, hello. Ooh, you guys are out there. So what I really like about this game... Hold on, let me see if I can... Where's the speed? I know there's a way to pause this. Okay, so oh, now I just hear a bunch of running men. What I really like about this is that it gives you a lot of options for controlling your men's facing, how they line up, and it does it at the brigade level. So you click on brigade commanders, and then they'll deploy their regiments accordingly. It's one of the things I really like, is if you put them in columns, they will automatically snap to the road and follow the road to get to where they need to go quickly, and then they'll form up on line, which is quite nice. And the units turn and face very naturally, and it really is quite good the way it's done. Okay, so oh gosh, here they come. Here's Gamble. So I've got, looks like Heath and Archer probably closing in, but here comes Cutler's men. All right, so General Cutler, well, I need you to get up to McPherson's Hill, and you are gonna bring your men with you a bit longer. Where's Reynolds? There's General Reynolds. You also situate yourself. Give me the binoculars! Alright, why don't you get up to McPherson's farm and keep an eye on things. Okay, so like, that's the brigade line. That's utterly useless for me. That's much better. Alright. You men get into formation.
Sir, reinforcements are coming up!
Ooh, how lucky. Reinforcements are coming up. And there's General Wadsworth. Alright. Competent division commander. A superb corps commander. Gamble, a competent brigade commander. Alright, well, Wadsworth, why don't you go up and join? Because keeping these guys close ensures that... oh boy. Oh boy. Let's hit these guys in the flank. Wow, they are really pushing. They want that battery on that hill. Alright, so we've got McPherson's Hill. Whoa! Alright, we need to get these guns back into action. Can't have these taken out like this. You men need to get yourselves situated again. How are you guys not in range? What do you have? There you go. Thank you. Flank them. Get that 8th New York to start shooting down into their flanks. So one of the common misconceptions about Gettysburg is that it was the...
Sir, reinforcements are coming up!
Oh, good. Wadsworth's men are on their way. Is that it was begun over shoes. It was not. The Confederates are notoriously short on supplies, that's true, but the notion that Heath was wandering around Gettysburg trying to find shoes just has no basis in reality. That was something that was come up with later, after the fact, and it has sort of stuck because too many people took what he had written uncritically, and then as a result, they just kept citing each other, and it became sort of a hall of mirrors. Here we go. What do we got? We got Meredith's brigade. Nice. Where's Meredith's brigade gonna go? Your men moving. Meredith? That poor artillery just has not fully recovered yet. Right now, I've got these guys kind of hemmed in. I don't hate it. I'm sure there's more. Oh, we drove them back a little bit. We're gonna send Meredith up here to extend the line. There are 580 crack troopers. Nice. Ooh, Those Confederate artillery, though, on Hare Hill seems to really want my 3rd Illinois Cavalry. I don't think I like that. Hall's Battery, rally! That's what I like to hear. Now get online and start putting close-range shot into these Confederates. They're far too close. Come on, Meredith. I need your men to get going. Oh, we got Confederates. Oh, gosh! I hate when I move to the edge of the... There we go. I hate when I move to the edge of the screen because it really moves fast. Alright, we got them stopped here. We don't have control of the hill, though.
Good work, General!
Haha! Speak of the devil! So we've recaptured McPherson Hill. The 1st Division here, the 1st Corps, is doing well for itself. Oh, some of these men are routing. I got some Confederates coming down around my flanks in the woods. That's a perfect job for my Gamble skirmishers. Alright, Meredith, why don't...
Reinforcements are coming up!
Hooray! Those are words I like hearing. Meredith, why don't you let your guys take over some of the heavy work here because, oh! The 76th New York has taken an absolute beating. Also, where are these reinforcements you speak of? Fresh artillery! Good! I really could use some fresh guns. So the first day at Gettysburg often gets thought of as sort of just a setup, a beginning to what comes afterwards. Sort of the 2nd and 3rd day really take pride of place here, which is a little unfair because this first day at Gettysburg was a massive endeavor. I keep jumping around. If the fight had ended then, Gettysburg, after one day, would have been the 23rd largest battle of the war. It had something like 15,000 casualties that first day. It was hardly a decisive Confederate, knockout blow. Alright, I know there's got to be more Confederates coming up because they are going to outnumber me here very quickly. Poor Cutler's brigade is really beat up. Alright, come on, Meredith. Bring your men forward. Catch them in the flanks.
General.
New enemy officer spotted near Hare Tavern. Ah, there's the reinforcements. Gotta go online. Turn to meet the threat. Oh, the 95th New York has just been devastated. 123 troopers left.
Keep up your fire.
Give me the binoculars. I do love that. Looks like they're still coming down the road. How these guys are holding out here, I have no idea.
Sir, 1.5 hours.
1.5 hour. There's this. Some more of Gamble's men. Slowly getting there. Oh, no, they're not really. Where's Gamble? There's Gamble. Yeah, some of Gamble's men could really do with some fresh rallying here. Charge! Get in there! Drive them off that road! I don't want them that close to my hill.
Reporting, General.
Take cover, man! Take cover, man!
Oh boy. Yeah, now they're coming down. This is where the Confederate numbers are going to come in handy. I just don't have the numbers to match this. But if I can hold them off a little bit longer, I can sleep well at night. How come you're not engaged? Get going. Confederate forces there on the flanks? That's right. Give them the business. Well, the 8th New York is going to try and hold off all of Pettigrew's men. I don't think that's going to work real well. Still. Oh boy. Here they come. So Lee invades Pennsylvania after his victory at... Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. After his victory at Chancellorsville. The previous year had seen a lot of action in Northern Virginia, and Lee was eager to try and take some of the pressure off Virginia farmers, potentially strike at Northern morale, hopefully get them, you know, a little bit discontent with how the war was going. The problem is that the Confederate government was not super in love with this plan, and rightly so. Lee is aggressive in a way that the Confederacy can just never afford. They don't have the numbers to do what he wants to do.
Sir, 10 minutes!
10 minutes! I just gotta hold him a little bit longer. I mean, within taking command at the 7 Days battles, within something like 3 months, Lee has killed 30-something thousand, killed or wounded 30,000 of his own men. I mean, there aren't enough manpower in the South to support a war the way he wants to fight it. But he gets his way, and despite the pressing threat of Grant at Vicksburg, oh my gosh, that's like an entire brigade that just charged. Come on, I need you guys to turn, wheel, and hits them in the flank. If they're going to throw their guys in like that, then we got to make sure that they pay for it.
Sir, 5 minutes!
5 minutes. That's it, artillery, hit them. Hit them as they go by. They're not going to get this hill from me. And so Lee goes up behind the Shenandoah Valley, uses the mountains to keep the enemy from seeing him, passes up through and is up into Pennsylvania. And while there, basically does all the things that they constantly accuse the U.S. of doing, right? Like, oh, we need to make sure that we don't despoil any territory or harm any civilians, yet they extort supplies from... Oh gosh, the 6th Wisconsin is running from multiple settlements in the north. Ooh, marginal, I'll take it. And they abduct U.S. citizens. Lee's cavalry range out around either side of their... Gosh, the music just suddenly, like, began. Lee's cavalry ranges out far and wide on either side of his forces, and any black person they come across is fair game. They load up wagons full of people, hitch them together in chain gangs, and ship them south. At least Wikipedia acknowledges that this happens, but their number is laughably small. Any historian I talk to who talks about this says it was hundreds of Pennsylvania residents who are abducted for forced labor in the Confederate Army. And make no mistake, they brought thousands of slaves with them to do all the work that white people did not want to do. When Lee's army enters Pennsylvania, it has roughly 10,000 enslaved people. That is 1 for every 8 Confederate soldiers. But like they do in their invasion of Maryland, the Confederates spread out. They're trying to get supplies from northern communities. They are trying to, well, they're looking for black people. And it's not until the U.S. Army is already well underway that the Confederates seem to figure out, like, oh, crap, like, they're on their way. They're coming. And Lee needs to get his people back together quickly. Best place to do that is somewhere where a bunch of roads converge, hence Gettysburg. Hardest fighting unit was the 56th Pennsylvania. Man, Cutler really... the 147th New York. Go New York. All right, let's move on. We have held McPherson's Hill, but for how long?
Oh. They hit us pretty hard, General. At least 2 divisions coming down Cashtown Pike. But we held that hill, and they fell back.
Good work, General Doubleday. My corps will soon be up.
They'd better hurry. The enemy has established a battery on Oak Hill, and my scouts report infantry coming as well.
Hi, Sheldon.
In that case, they've turned your flank. Can you hold them?
Cutler is deployed in those woods. I'll send him some help.
Hold as long as you can. I'll hurry my corps.
Hi.
You must hold this location at the end of the battle.
Will's Woods.
This is your best brigade.
Baxter's Brigade. All
There'll
right.
be some more artillery arriving soon.
All right, now we're starting to get a real sizable fight here. All right. General Doubleday. All right. General Robinson. Hey, don't nuzzle my headset. Ah! Confederates! Confederates coming out of the woodwork.
Battle line.
Alright, you're gonna have to form up your line a little earlier than I want you to.
Give me the binoculars. Sir, reinforcements are coming up. Give me the binoculars.
It's not exactly a great field of view there. Where are these reinforcements you speak of? Oh, look at Gettysburg Town. Look at it. It's so neat and orderly. Love it. Oh, artillery. They're coming up there. Hi. Hi, Sheldon. You gonna say hi to everybody? Aw, you're such a cat. That's it, man. Get into position. Line up first. Line up first. That's it. Open up on them. Who is this? The 88th Pennsylvania. Baxter's Brigade. Hey, don't bite me. Such a good cat. You men, real right. Whoa, too far, too far. And then advance. they're coming. Whoa! Stone's men. What a fascinating...
Give me the binoculars.
Ugh, there's just like no line of sight for this unit.
Timber the guns. Battle line.
Paul, you're going to bring your men up.
Retreat.
Form a new battle line. Like so. Try and create something of a line here, because this is just a mess. Get up to where Doubleday is. Hi.
Give me the binoculars.
Ah, he can't see them up there either. What kind of a hill is this? Oh, here's one of the things where the interface just drives me insane. Like, I'm obviously trying to click someone else. Pushed back the 88th Pennsylvania, but they're still going. Get these guys set up. We will start. Mwah, love you, cat. You're so handsome. Yeah. More Confederates stacking up here against Will's Woods. Fortunately, we got... You know what? This is a terrible position. Let's get that moving. I have a feeling like Doubleday is going to be needed in those woods. Let's get you up here. Oh, perfect. Unlimber. Start blasting those Confederates. You. Advance and put pressure on that flank. Whose men are these? O'Neill's. Get up there, 90th Pennsylvania. Good old PA, I believe in you. Yes. Lovely.
Reporting, General.
Fighting the 12th. New enemy officer spotted near Thorny Farm, huh? Yep. We got fresh, at least one fresh brigade coming in. Remember these guns. Are these guys just covered in smoke? What kind of a dead zone is this? How can I not see them? Yep, here they go.
Sir, reinforcements are coming up.
Ooh, Cooper's Battery. How fortunate for me.
Steady. Watch your aim, lads.
Yep, good. Get up there to Will's Woods. You're needed. Oh, could you guys walk any slower? The 94th New York. What is this? Is this like a pleasure cruise? You're needed because we need to hit this Confederate division in the flanks. I don't like that sound. Ah. A little overextended here. But what do you expect? The Confederates arrived in force. And the United States didn't. They had to take their time getting there. Oh, hi, buddy. You're just sitting in frame, having a good little time to yourself, huh? What a Sheldon cat you are.
Reporting, General.
Oh boy, that's not good. Are Howard's men on their way? Reports. Cutler's Brigade, Paul's Brigade, 2nd Division of the 1st Corps, 3rd Division of the 1st Corps. Troops en route. Okay. Well, for now then I'm just going to have to make do with what I have, which is not pretty. This is going to be a problem. Here it in with this interface is just a mess. I'm definitely trying to select literally anything other than General Doubleday. Unlimber the guns. And unzoom, because oh my gosh, that's way too zoomed in. Uh-oh. This is the problem.
Take cover, man!
What happened here is I now have assailants, so they're just attacking me from multiple sides. This is bad. Oof, I am rusty at this. We'll get it back. Ah, the Confederates captured Will's Woods. That's a problem. General Cutler, fall back. Today is not your day. What are you guys retreating for? You've got you caught Iverson in the flank. How are you not? The 147th surrendered. You people are just the worst. Doubleday, form a new position and start rallying your men. Gosh, this part is not going great. You know what? I've put up with your stuff long enough. Stone, take the artillery on the hill. Oh, hi, buddy. Being such a good cat. Well, I've got a big tangled mass of guys who have routed. That's about it. They pushed into Will's Woods hard, and these guys have seen better days.
Retreat! Wheel right! We've been hit awful hard.
We've been hit awful hard.
We're not ready.
Go, 150th. Capture the guns. We're gonna get something good out of this. Go, go, go! Capture their guns! Drive them off Hare Hill! That's AP Hill right there! Take him out! I hear the word retreat being said an awful lot. Oh.
We've taken their guns!
We've taken their guns.
Sir, 15 minutes! Charge!
Holy moly! Where did that come from? Well, a whole bunch of... I took their guns, but I'm probably not going to get to keep them. They're gonna press that Meredith's men. I'm gonna have to find something else. Oh boy. Nah, there's no way I'm getting Will's Woods back. This is just a mess. Nice. Header shot. Iverson's men did not appreciate being flanked and have just caused untold problems for me. Ugh. This is less than ideal. A position that far outside of town was just untenable. The Confederates reinforced faster than I did.
Sir, 5 minutes!
Come on, canister shots right to the face. That's what's needed here. Oh. So yeah, the opening parts of the fight were actually quite fascinating because it was a meeting engagement. Neither side was really concentrated, and it was more we're figuring it out as we go rather than However, I did take some of their score away by capturing Davis's. Alright. But they caught Will's Woods, and that's what matters. They broke the position. So, one of the things that really made that ebb and flow of that first day's battle so fascinating is that the U.S. defenders are trying to figure out where do we press fresh troops as they're coming up. And some of the positions that they end up in end up being very untenable, not unlike what happened here. Basically, once Howard's Corps arrives, he ends up pushing some of his commanders, and some of them just take it on their own initiative, like Francis Barlow. They hold ground that is, it's higher than the surrounding territory, but it's indefensible. And you end up with these salients where the Confederates are able to basically attack a position from multiple sides, and U.S. forces get really just slammed. Let's not pretend that the Confederates don't, they suffer 6,000 casualties this day. So this is hardly the knockout blow they want it to be. But, all right, the most effective unit was the 6th Alabama. Good for them. Most effective brigade was O'Neill's brigade. Again, good for them. Hardest finding unit, the 12th Alabama. I'm so happy for you. And as the day wears on, the U.S. forces begin basically a fighting retreat back through the city and up onto better territory on the hills overlooking the town. And it's really quite fortuitous because that they end up there, because it's from those heights, Cemetery Hill, Cemetery Ridge, Culp's Hill, that they'll really be able to inflict some punishing casualties on the Confederate forces when they attack. And so it's curious. It's one of those, if the U.S. had held out a little better on the first day, but ended up on flatter terrain, north and west of town, how the ensuing fight might have looked. But as it is, the first day's successes for the Confederacy sets them up for just a body blow that they'll never recover from. I mean, Lee certainly does love throwing his own men against positions, but there's just not enough manpower in the Confederacy to replace the losses that they take here. All right. Yeah, Will's Woods, it's a little tattered. That's fine.
They hit us pretty hard, General. We've been forced to fall back toward the town.
My corps is coming up.
Just in time. Buford reports fresh enemy troops approaching from the north, and I've got nothing left to face them.
Very well. My boys will deal with them. We'll deploy east of the town and push forward. Your corps will protect my left.
Very well. We can still win this battle.
You don't have to sound
You
so
must
glum
hold
about
this
it.
location at the end of the battle. This is your best brigade.
Best brigade.
There'll be some more artillery arriving soon.
Wow, 20 regiments on record. That's lovely. All right. So I've got men out as... So like there, Blocher's Knoll was one of the places where General Francis Barlow ends up. And it's out and it's on the edge of the Union lines, and the Confederates are able to get at it from multiple perspectives. Multiple positions, excuse me. Mediocre division commander. Ouch! Alright, come on. Get there. I need to get these guns unlimbered and start getting them into action, because my skirmishers are about to take it. So Barlow there. 11th Corps.
Good work, General!
Do I have anyone else on the field who's not doing anything? There's Howard, competent Corps commander. Hooray! Competent division commander. Why don't you go be with your division? Definitely am not going to lose Culp's Hill. Let's get these men up.
Sir, we'll get it back!
Alright, so we've got Confederate forces coming in from the north. Ames's brigade is almost there. Almost ready. Ugh. That's some rough terrain to cross. Alright, well, since this artillery can't see anything from back there, go forward to the hill. needed please hurry the pace. You're needed. You as well. Get online. You keep crossing Culp's Hill. Alright, here we go.
Sir, reinforcements are coming up!
You men, get moving. I need you up on that left. Confederates are pushing too hard on my position, and I do not like it. Alright, so we got something of a line forming here. You men, kneel and advance. Start to drive them back. Oh. Oh goodness. That's it. Form up a new battle line. Get going. Oh, alright, that's not bad. Let's see something. Oh, these guys are still coming up. Smith, you like took the slowest possible way to go. Yes, just... Hi, Sheldon. I'm so sorry. Am I not giving you enough attention? So sorry, Cat. Yes, I'm pretty critical of how, you know, Barlow handled things his first day too, but it doesn't mean you have to get mad about it. You gonna come sit in my lap? You're covering me in hair, by the way. Thank you for that. (154th New York). Coster's Brigade, the 134th. 27th PA. Alright. Ah, gosh, these guys are getting flanked and just blasted to pieces. What about you? What are you doing? Ah! Gosh, it's so sensitive. You get it to like the edge of the screen and it freaks out. Form up a double line. There. Alright. Territory around Gettysburg isn't exactly great, but, you know, could be worse. Oh gosh, could be a lot worse. Oh, good. They're cracking open my center, just like I was hoping. Smith, I need you to finally get out there on the right. Wow, we got these guys completely flanked. They should be breaking any second now. The 75th PA is just throwing it into them. buildings here actually make it really hard to tell who's where. Krasnowski's down to, yeah, he's just lost his last guy. Ooh, a number of my artillery pieces just rallied. Alright, come on, 55th Ohio. Getting them around the flank. Go, 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 go! That's right. Keep pushing. We're gonna push on Benner's Hill. Ugh. Meanwhile, in the center here, this is a nightmare. Yay! His brigade rallied. You guys are like all over the place. I got men behind their lines. I got men all over the place. Push out. Gotta form something of a line. It'll hook up with these guys. Unlimber. Get some fresh artillery in their midst. Yeah, good work, General. Put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. I want to roll up this Confederate line here at Benner's Hill. I am not at all impressed with how they're handling things. They're being real jerk faces. Big old meanies. You guys countermarch, because apparently a lot's happening behind in my rear. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, we got them back off of Benner's Hill. There's something of a line here. It's not pretty. And the street fighting in Gettysburg is intense. Not going to pretend it's anything else. But opportunities for bringing my men down behind the enemy lines. Come on, man. Get in position. Form it up. Oh, man. (119th) New York. Get up there. Alright, I gotta continue to push them back. Coster's gonna have to come and try and sweep the Confederates away because they're putting a lot of pressure on the edge of town. And I don't like it. This has just devolved into chaos.
1/2 hour.
1/2 hour. Oh boy. I have to hold out for another 30 minutes. Yes, that's it. That's it. They're backing up. Keep the advance going. Roll up that line. Coster, bring your men. We're going to drive Avery out of here. We're going to get Hayes out of here. And then, ugh, this is an absolute disaster. You rally your guys at the center of town. Do the best you can. The street fighting that's going on here is brutal. 75th Ohio, no. Barlow. Alright, Barlow. Where's the fight that's going on here?
Here they come! Retreat! Retreat!
Alright, Coster. Keep your men moving. We gotta roll up this. Ames, bring your men around. We're gonna reposition. Need a double line. A little more compact. Where is Von Gilsa anyway? Oh, there he is. Oh gosh, he was so badly beaten up, he was detached for a while. Yeah, that's right. 61st Ohio, you're back in. Oh, this is just an absolute mess. Come on, Smith, keep pressing.
Sir, 15 minutes!
If we can take the batteries at Schaefer Farm, I will feel very comfortable about the defense of Beamer's Hill. Benner's Hill. Who's Beamer? Oh gosh, they broke. Unacceptable. No, I don't want to quit. I just didn't want to select that unit anymore. Oh, the 136th New York. You guys are struggling. Oh, they're pressing again. They're pressing again. Got a lot of units that are rallying or trying to rally.
Sir, 10 minutes!
They drove off the guns! They drove off the guns! Keep pursuing them. Smith, you and your men have got to pursue. Chase those batteries down. I want them.
Reporting, General.
New enemy officer spotted. But the fight is almost over. Okay. 33rd Mass. I know you're new at this, but you gotta hurry. Ah! Well, we drove off the guns again. They're not letting us capture them, though. They're staying at arm's reach. Something of a stalemate has occurred here around town. Stay on target. Oh. Hey, Cakes, nice to see you join us. It's lovely to have someone here to watch me sort of win. Not really. I kind of feel like all the things that they said about Grant. You know, I'm just a butcher, I'm just throwing my men into combat, I don't care about them. Except Grant actually really knew what he was doing, and I'm kind of just flailing here. Also, who decided that this was a good idea to, like, I can't see a thing. You couldn't even make the buildings, like, translucent for me? How am I supposed to know who's where? Oh gosh, Von Gils is gonna get captured because I can't see anything. That's right. Oh, we inflicted some real casualties. 2,700 infantrymen lost to our 1850. That's beautiful. Of course, I also lost 350 artillerymen, but we're not going to talk about that. And they lost some cavalry. But at the end of the day, I held the parts that mattered. The heights overlooking the town. You can maneuver and do your little things all you want, Confederacy. I have the high ground. It's over. Most effective unit was the 33rd Mass. That's right. Brand new green unit. Most effective brigade, the Smiths. That's beautiful. The hardest fighting unit was the 21st North Carolina. Well, you say so. Yeah, Benner's Hill went much better than Will's Woods. We won't talk about what happened there. And there, because this is an older game and it is a little finicky, some of these scenarios are not taking place correctly, and it keeps trying to look for the CD that does not exist. And I had this sorted out before, but now it's back to looking for the CD, so... Alright. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Go back. Okay, here we go. Alright, so there's Benner's Hill, which we just did. And that's the speculative what would have happened on Culp's Hill. So it looks like without the CD, we are done for the day. I thought I had more with me. I thought I had more scenarios I could do, but apparently I do not. And that's entirely because I was so busy trying to fix the Windows updates that caused my broadcasting software to stop working that I didn't have time to sort all this out. So... Alright, well, that was fun. Little Gettysburg Sid Meier's there for you. And when the first day ended, because it would have ended not long after that, is one of those sort of big what-if moments that Civil War buffs love to sort of talk about, was that Early never assaulted, Ewell never assaulted the hill the night of the first day. So the U.S. forces have been pushed back through Gettysburg. They're taking shape on the ridges overlooking town, and Lee sends his instructions to Early, take that hill if practical. But Early had been working with Jackson, and Jackson gave lots of discretionary orders. And so he reconnoiters the position and decides it's not practical and doesn't attack. And lost cause advocates spend the rest, like the next century and a half, like, if only they had done this, if only they had pressed their advantage. One, the Confederate forces on the field had been pretty badly mauled in their first day of fighting. And had he launched that attack and it failed, then Lee's supporters would have spent the rest of time complaining that, he was an improper general who didn't pay attention and should have read the ground and should have known not to attack. But instead, he elects not to, and that finishes the day's fighting. So the first day is over, and the Union forces are situated on much better ground than they started the day. For all of Buford's we have to hold the high ground. Forcing the engagement west of town was actually less useful than what comes next, because on the second and third day, those terrain advantages just really, really, really help out the U.S. Army. And the Confederacy finds themselves in a reverse Fredericksburg, where they are just throwing away men, attacking defensible positions on elevated ground. Culp's Hill, Little Round Top, and lastly on the third day, Cemetery Ridge. And though we'd like to call this sort of the high watermark of the Confederacy and the battle where it all hangs in the balance, let's be honest, they had lost at Antietam. This was just maintenance. All right. Thank you for joining me for today's stream. I hope you had fun, and I will see you next Tuesday when we finish the American Revolution and move on to something new. Bye-bye.